I think I'll go for early. I think he might start early, so we gotta be ready for that. Well, that's when he fights fighters like Zab Judah who don't get in shape for fights, and Manny Pacquiao does, and we won't get tired, believe me.
But will he be different from the Mayweather you fought with De La Hoya?
Yeah, I think he's older and
to be a greatest is not based on your record undefeated, because there's so many fighters na nag-retire na undefeated.
Manny Pacquiao back at wildcard like he's never left, ready to go again, working with Freddie Roach. I feel like I'm back in 2010, the Wayback Machine. Pacquiao looked pretty good in some of the videos that I saw, like he wasn't in horrible shape.
Mayweather is told by Freddie Roach that he is not ready. Manny Pacquiao has learned all of the moves and will be ready and eager to win the second fight easily.
You said that you saw that Pacquiao has his fire back. When did you see that move, or when did that come into your conscious?
When I watched him sparring for the first 2 weeks, it was just, you know, the in and out, the speed, making the guy, catching the guy 3-4 punch combination, getting out, making a miss. It was enjoyable to watch. It really was.
As he trains for his next fight, Manny Pacquiao works out hard with Freddie Roach on the mitts, showing speed, quick combinations, discipline, focus, and determination. Manny Pacquiao is sure that he will beat Floyd Mayweather for the first time in his career. He wants to knock Mayweather out 50 times, which is the world record.
Ano kaya advantage mo?
God willing, mag-anuan tayo, mag-isay lang tayo mabuti.
Okay.
Paghandaan na natin mabuti para magandang laban na maipakita natin.
Yeah.
Freddie Roach talks about the first fight and how Floyd Mayweather controlled it because Manny Pacquiao was older, less sharp, and not in the best shape.
More fire.
I don't know. You think about that it got to that point, and Floyd played the game. He played the waiting game, and he won.
Yes.
He got paid. He got Pacquiao at an age where he knew that his punches weren't going to hurt him.
Yes.
He could avoid him. And it was an older fighter.
It was. And when Pacquiao fought his last fight in Australia, after the fight, I said, Manny, I said, you know what? I says, I think being a senator and being a fighter at the same time is like maybe a little bit too much, because I said, you know, it's hard enough being a world champion fighter, or it might be just as hard being a senator. But I says, I think that you should strongly think about giving one of those up for now and choose the one that you like best. And he has not spoke to me since then.
Manny Pacquiao says that having a perfect record does not make someone brilliant. He points out that he has 8 division titles, which is a feat that has never been done before in boxing history.
At least ako, I can claim na first 8 different weight division, which is the hardest accomplishment na in boxing.
And the only one.
The only one. Oh,
Division.
first, diba? Yung kumbaga, that's the hardest accomplishment in boxing ma-achieve. And also, yung blessings ng Panginoon na naging champion na ako in 4 different decades. Do you imagine that? Bihira yung mangyari first time in history na a fighter who became a champion in four different decades. So 90s, 2000, 2010, 2020. So bihira mangyari yan. So at least makaklaim ako ng...
Floyd Mayweather is called selfish and materialistic by Manny Pacquiao, who says that Mayweather's behavior outside of the ring shows that he is too proud, too focused on money, and not humble.
Beginning of this conversation, you say, I don't like boastful people. How was it like fighting Mayweather then? Did he get on your nerves? Because I feel like he's a little bit more boastful than the people you might be wanting to hang out with.
Yeah, he's boastful. I think his God is the material things, money, everything like that. I'm pity with him because I want to share the word of God in him if he believe God.
Yeah. I've heard he's a generous man. I think he's done good things. I think, he kind of reminds me of like a lot of people are like this, by the way, including myself. I'm not just saying him. I'm including myself. The man who goes up to Jesus and says, what should I do to get into heaven? He says, sell all your belongings. And he walked away crying because he couldn't sell his belongings.
Through intense training sessions, Manny Pacquiao shows that actions speak better than words by focusing on discipline, preparation, and consistent effort instead of talking all the time. Even though Mayweather and Pacquiao have fought many times before, Dan Patrick questions why people want to see them fight again. He suggests that the public's desire may not be as strong as people think it is.
Floyd Mayweather is a boring fighter. I mean, the presentation is flashy, but he's a defense-first fighter. There's nothing to, when you watch him, you go, oh, okay, didn't get hit again, and he didn't get hit again. Tactically, he's brilliant, but not exciting. So, hey, if you sign up for it, go get him. It'll be September, so maybe it's a slow night for you, and you go, well, maybe I'll just buy this fight. Let me see these two guys lean on each other. But I don't know if this has to do, boxers never retire. Sugar Ray Leonard told me this when I went to his first retirement in Baltimore, and he talked about fighters never retire. The phone stops ringing.
Roy Jones Jr. has a lot of respect for Manny Pacquiao and how skilled he is in the ring. He says that Pacquiao's best quality is not just strength, but also steady motion and a rhythm that surprises people. Jones says that Pacquiao never stays still long enough to be an easy target. This makes even his best opponents confused. He says that Pacquiao's footwork and angles let him attack from strange angles, which makes him very hard to protect against. Each move serves a reason, and each step gets ready for the next strike. Opponents are startled by this flowing style. Even a split second of doubt can change the result of a boxing match.
Get a victory. Now guys don't do that. Pac-Man, fortunately, is one of those guys who knows how to use the ring. So he don't stand in just one place and fight. With that being said, if his legs can hold up for 12 rounds, he's the guy to do it.
Jones also tells us that Pacquiao is fast and smart at the same time, quickly reading responses and making changes in real time. With that skill, he's always one step ahead, and it only takes seconds for him to go from defense to offense. He said Pacquiao is both physically and mentally agile, which lets him adapt when things get tough. Pacquiao is one of the most dangerous and well-known boxers in history because of the way he moves, is quick, and is aware of his surroundings.
He did.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, stop. What's the guy name in the wheelchair right now?
Paul Williams.
He could have fought him.
I don't think he would have beat.
I ain't say that. I say he could have fought him though.
He did.
And you don't think? Hey, in my opinion, the only person that really had a chance in his weight class back then was Amir Khan. He wasn't touching Amir Khan. That time Amir had too good a feet. He wasn't fighting Amir Khan.
Amir was calling him out for years.
He wasn't fighting Amir Khan. Amir Khan had too good a feet. I already know this.
I just don't think he would have beat Floyd.
I ain't saying you don't know.
He was young. He was fast. He was knocking people out.
You don't understand boxing like I do though. Floyd was knocking out? Besides Pac.
Not at that time. Nobody.
That's it.
Yeah.
So if you ain't knocking people out, you got to catch Khan and knock him out, and you got to get out that shoulder. You got to chase Khan.
Dan Patrick gives an in-depth and sometimes negative opinion on the idea of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao fighting again. He doesn't know if the fans really want this fight, or if it's for some other reason behind the scenes. Patrick jokes that boxing seems to be getting close to a time when former greats like Mike Tyson, Tommy Hearns, and Marvin Hagler would be easy to bring back. His tone makes it sound like he's worried that the sport is relying too much on memories and not enough on new competition. He also says that choices might be affected by money issues, which means that comebacks might be motivated by money rather than legacy. This makes me wonder what the real point of such high-profile events is.
But, maybe, financial issues. could be affecting one or both of these fighters, and that's why you're doing it. I don't know why you watch this unless the undercard is really good. Maybe the novelty of being in that building, having a boxing match in the Sphere, but it's real. It's real. Does Conor McGregor get the winner of this fight? I mean, now, if Conor McGregor got to do MMA against Floyd, now that would be fun. That would have been interesting. But it was like, and then do one of the brothers, what are their names? The Paul brothers, do they get to fight somebody? I mean, is this where boxing is?
Yes.
How did we?
I want to know if people are more interested in the show than the fight itself. Even though the last fight was very successful, he says that trying to copy it might not be as real. Overall, his point of view questions boxing's direction, asking if the sport is changing or just repeating its past to make money.
A brilliant businessman, but you start to read articles of, he's got things in foreclosure, and I can't imagine that you would lose but Mike Tyson did. But then, we had people stealing right in front of him. That was the difference here. But with Floyd, I thought Floyd was like a Darrell Rebus kind of businessman. So that's, if he's coming back because he needs money, that is sad. Yes, Todd.
How much money, and I don't understand the financial part of how they get millions of dollars to have these fights that supposedly are kind of ridiculous and it's like an exhibition nobody wants to see. How much of that money is based on who goes to the fight, and as far as people that are buying like pay-per-view? Like, what if so many people decided, I'm not going to the fight, I'm not going to watch it on pay-per-view, they're still going to get millions of dollars? There's still enough money out there to pay these guys crazy money.
Chris Minks talks about Manny Pacquiao's return to training with Freddie Roach and calls it a truly emotional event for boxing fans. He says that seeing them work together again makes him think of their best years when they ruled the sport. But Manks warns people not to judge Pacquiao based on short videos of him working. It's important to him that anyone can look good for a short time on camera. As an example, he says that Mike Tyson looked great in short promotional videos. Manick says that these kinds of videos could be false and shouldn't be taken as proof of full combat skill.
Look, I can post a video and look good for 10 seconds right now, just like when Mike Tyson looked like when he was promoting the Jake Paul fight. You writers and you guys with the non-boxing eye need to get those videos out of your head, because they're just clips. Anyone could look good for that long. I can train you to look good for 10 seconds. It'll be pretty hard, but I can train you to look good for 10 seconds on video. So don't worry about that. Look, Bob Arum knows what he's talking about, because it's the legs that's going to get to Pacquiao, not the power, not the explosive speed in front of a heavy bag. But whenever you're in front of an opponent and he's going to be moving around, it's the legs that are going to fail you. They're going to betray you. The power's not going to betray you. That lasts until the very end. His punch resistance, that's not going to betray him, because that never goes. Speed, and it's because you rely on your legs. That's the thing that goes at age. So at 46 years old, Manny Pacquiao is not going to have zero.
According to him, age affects a fighter's legs more than power or hit resistance. This is based on what Bob Arum has said. The first things that get worse are movement, balance, and stamina. Pacquiao has always relied on his skills more than anything else. Even so, Manks thinks Pacquiao will be able to adjust thanks to his experience and knowledge of the ring. He says that experienced boxers know how to slow down, avoid taking too many risks, and protect themselves. So his return is more cautious than reckless.
Pacquiao only got knocked out 3 times in 72 fights. 2 of those were in the 90s, before you and I even knew him. And 1 time against Marquez, it was a 1-punch knockout. Those really don't take away from your career and your longevity. It was 1-punch knockouts. It's the beatdowns over a long period of time, for 10, 12, 11, 11 rounds. Those are the ones that catch up to you. Those are the ones that actually slow you down and are detrimental to your health. 1-punch knockouts, you can get past those. Early knockouts that are way back in the rearview mirror, you can forget.
Timothy Bradley gives a good look at the upcoming fight between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao. He also says that a lot of people aren't sure why and when the fight is happening, but that it's still getting a lot of attention in the fighting world. Even though some people are skeptical, Bradley shows that wars of this size have history, legacies, and attraction all over the world. Fans may argue about whether it's too late, but he thinks that the names involved still make people respect and be interested. That alone keeps the attention on both fights.
Because he needs money, that's why. All the rumors are true. It's a sad thing, but it is what it is. But it is what it is. And you know one more thing. Mayweather, if Mayweather didn't believe that he can beat Manny Pacquiao, he wouldn't be in the ring with him. Yeah, you know Mr. Sensitive. I love Mayweather, but let's keep it a buck. Oh, he's sensitive as hell. Not only is he sensitive, the man, he's insecure like hell. He's insecure, and he got to have a leg up on. And he saw the Barrios fight, and Barrios just got smashed by freaking Ryan Garcia. And then now he like, Barrios is all right. I'm better than Barrios. Shit, even though I'm damn near 50, I'm still better than Barrios. My experience, my hand speed, I take care of myself. I had some exhibitions. I know I can still do this.
He also says that Mayweather and Pacquiao know what's at stake because people are always looking at their names. Their skills, experience, and ring smarts are still important factors, even later in their jobs. Bradley thinks the fight is about more than just showing who is the best. It's also about how to handle expectations. Some reviewers don't like the matchup, but it keeps getting talked about, making it one of the most talked about fights in boxing.
That's what he thinking. He like, I still can do this. I can beat Manny Pacquiao. I saw what Barrios did to him. So that's the reason why this fight is happening. The rumors are damn true. It's sad, but it is what it is. And you know what? The money right now for content is crazy. Netflix is paying for any type of great content, man. If you seen the change with Netflix, man, I almost canceled my damn subscription with Netflix because I got sick and tired of seeing the same boring ass shit on Netflix. And now they got this woman in place now, and she's seeking out and she want the best of the best content. You know, they got podcasters and stuff all on Netflix now. I mean, it has grown crazy. So, you know, Jake Paul opened up the Netflix avenue.
The host of Boxing Ego doesn't like that Manny Pacquiao chose to fight a dangerous power puncher, which brings up worries about the lack of action on both sides. He says that even though Pacquiao hasn't been busy much lately, his opponent has real knockout power and has hurt fighters like Timothy Bradley and Chris Algieri in the past. The expert stresses an important idea that is often said in boxing: power is the last trait to go down.
Manny Pacquiao, right? And he fighting a power puncher in Ruslan Provodnikov. I get it, he ain't been fighting, he's inactive, but Pacquiao, he ain't really active either. He fought Barrios and that's it. So Pacquiao gonna fight a big puncher who hurt Tim Bradley, who hurt Chris Algieri, who Lucas Matisse had to box, and John Molina and all these people had to box because he hit too hard. They say power is the last thing to go. And you got the Floyd Mayweather fight looming. I'm surprised Netflix didn't like force them to cancel these exhibitions. So that's on the Pacquiao side. Boom. On the Floyd Mayweather side, look at this. Floyd Mayweather, keep in mind, the Pacquiao Maypac 2 ain't till September.
This makes the matchup dangerous, especially for a veteran boxer who hasn't fought much in the past. If Pacquiao still has knowledge and skill, he says, it's always dangerous to fight someone who can really punch. Changing the subject, he questions Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s decision to keep fighting in exhibitions. He doesn't understand the level of competition and says that some fights don't feel like real competition, but more like entertainment. The expert generally gives both sides a negative evaluation, which suggests that these fights may be caused more for fun and money than because they are necessary for competition in the sport.
Floyd, it says Battle of the Legends, Floyd Money Mayweather versus Mike Zimbides. 180 fights, 158 wins, 87 knockouts. I don't even know who this is, bro. But Floyd finna fight an exhibition against this Ninja Turtle looking muff. Michelangelo is a party dude. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Bro, get this turtles in a half shell, a turtle power, cowabunga. Bro, this man got a tortoise shell. Bro, Floyd about to fight whatever dude's name is, Zamibia or whatever his name is. So Floyd about to fight Zamunda, or whatever this guy got. Zamunda, he finna fight Zamunda.
That's all for the video today. Watch out. Until the next time.